Hello everybody, Will Wiggleman back with you for the Dream Nations Cup. Our nightcap is Lebanon against Egypt in the final women's game of the day, the final game of 8 throughout this entire tournament on day number 1 here from the American Dream Mall. We just saw probably the game of the day between South Korea and Puerto Rico, a 2-1 win for the Puerto Ricans in the women's division. And we'll see which of these two teams can join Puerto Rico and the Caribbean with a win on day 1 in the women's division. Both of these, Lebanon making its first appearance in the Dream Nations Cup. Egypt finished with the bronze medal in last season's Dream Nations. We will pause now for the national anthems for both sides. And those are the final anthems of the night for day 1 here at the Dream Nations. Lebanon's anthem, the only one we have not yet heard today. Of course, Egypt with a large following here for this game, a big contingent in the crowd cheering for the team wearing black this evening. As, of course, the men's team is here in the building. They faced off against Armenia earlier today to not much success. They fell 6-0 to the Armenians on the men's side, men's division 1. And now here they are back with, again, a large crowd to cheer on the women's team. Again, this is the first time Lebanon has appeared at the Dream Nations Cup, and Egypt finished 3rd in last season's last year's tournament. Take a look at the starting netminders for each side. For Egypt, it will be the 16-year-old Yasmin Rizkana. Represented Egypt at last year's Dream Nations, helping the Egyptians to that third place finish. They beat the indigenous women's team in a bronze medal game. For Lebanon, just the one netminder on the roster, 18-year-old Megan Dowd. We are underway in this one. Both of these teams very young, especially the Egyptian side. Most of their players 18, 17, 16 years old. As a young program looks to continue to build up. And they're getting some valuable international experience here at the Dream Nations. Flag down by Allison Mahfouz in the Lebanon end. Now dumped around by Egypt, Rose Dawood Lipari. Chased after by Lauren O'Connell. Now Lebanon on it, working up the left wing side. Pitchforked over to the far end. And it's dumped right back in by Mila Ciarciello. Lebanon trying to work out here. Sent off the boards. Megan Vetrano, number 19, skates up with it. She's surrounded, but she'll get the red line and dump it in. Lebanon in the midst of a change. Moved up only as far as the line. A slap shot stopped the rebound, lay there. And it's held onto by Rizkana. At first shot taken by Andrea Eunice, number 23 from the line. Eunice actually from Mexico, represented Mexico at the World Junior U18 Championships Division 1B back in 2018-19. But she has Lebanese heritage and is now representing that country here at the Dream Nations. Malik Rabah couldn't get through. Dawood Lipari took a Lebanon player into the corner boards to a side scrum there. Pulled out. Pushed up towards the slot. That one taken away by Amanda Massey. Now Michelle Solom looks for a feed ahead. One taken back by Eunice. Moved up to Barakat Redsill. Tried to pass across, that didn't work. Laya Salem put it in front towards the crease, cleared away. Drive from the point is blocked by an Egyptian. That was O'Connell who got in the way. Or, pardon me, Ciarciello who made that block. Lebanon in on the forecheck. Brittany Yamin working up top. Saw it escape the zone. Pushed back in for a moment by Leila Trapinier. And now Yamin right back on it, makes a move, finds some skating room. Yamin off the far boards. Chased after by Massa in her own end. Try to push it down low. Does Lebanon, that didn't work. A couple of players fighting for that puck. And it's Massa who's able to skate in with it. Sends a floater on. That's gloved and then dropped by Dowd. Bumped off the boards, out of the Lebanon zone before being put right back in. Shots 3-1 Lebanon in the early going. Still looking for our first goal, 3:45 gone. Shot from the outside, gloved and held by Rizkana. Both teams trying to get off to a good start in this year's Dream Nations. Trainer able to win the face-off back. Mahfouz able to tap it over to her defense partner. Sent down low. Daniel couldn't get a shot away. Puck sits there in some skates. And Riskana had to kick it out as it came towards her. Egypt looking to work up. Alasi takes a look. Rising shot off the mask. Still loose right there in the crease. And finally covered up by Dowd. Now Sophia Polizzi who got the shot away. Best chance so far for Egypt. And Polizzi played in last year's Dream Nations at 3 points in 5 games. Also represented Egypt at the U16 level. Played U19 AAA for the New Jersey Colonials this past season at 17 years old. Here's Egypt working below the goal line. It's taken away, rimmed up the wall. The aforementioned Polizzi just able to keep it in. No, she was not. And actually just slipped over the blue line. So Egypt offside. And Polizzi will head off for a defensive change, replaced by Ali Howard, number 9. Lebanon looks to push it up. Barakat Redsill on the right wing side. Had it taken away. Back comes Egypt on the counter. O'Connell takes the shot. Comes off the backboards. And Dowd reaches out and covers up to keep O'Connell from keeping the offense moving. Plenty of whistles in the early going of this one. Egypt and Lebanon, the nightcap of day 1 of the 2025 Dream Nations Cup. Sent down below the goal line. Escape Ciarciello. She continues to dig away for it and comes out with it. Bounced up to the top and just able to keep it alive was Salum. Behind the net now. Dawood Lipari. Bounced up high. Shot from the point. Just whistled wide off the stick of Howard. And now chip by. 2-on-1 for Lebanon if they hurry. Hafiz with a shot. That one wouldn't go. Not sure if Riskana got a piece of it or not. Lebanon right back on it. Yamin trying to push her way around. Bounced off the boards out of the zone. Trepanier put it right back in. She'll head off to the bench for a change. Dumped in by Dawood Lipari. Nisreen Darwish after it for Lebanon. Now Egypt with control. Marion Rabak couldn't load the gun from the slot. Hustling after it is Elisar Ghanem. And now back up comes Egypt. Up from the outside is stopped as Dow got a piece. Now Sophia Alum with the opportunity. Now Lebanon overskated the puck. They had a chance to move up ice. Egypt very close to too many players on the ice. Nothing called. That puck slipped right by their bench in the midst of a line change. Bumped back in by Salem. Salem surrounded, had the puck taken away, and Malik Rabuk on the way up for Lebanese defenders back. Rabuk continues to push. Now it's pulled out, Hannah a shot, and that one swallowed up and hung on to by Megan Dowd. Michaela Hannah with a good opportunity there. Just over 8 minutes left to go in the opening frame of this one. Egypt working back. It's Hannah trying to push it towards the middle, clear it away. Up comes Kayla Bashawati, number 20. Fed it all the way across towards Barakat Redsill, who reached out but couldn't bring it in. Egypt takes over in their own end. trying to poke it out, and they're able to, as Eunice works back towards her own end. Tipped in by Kayla Bashawati. Bearcat Redsill after it. Egypt now trying to push away, and they do. Nice move there. Dawood Lapari dangles her way in, taken down. Play continues as Chapiniere able to launch it up ice. Kayla Bashawati couldn't get it deep. She has it again. She pushed it down low. Centering feed just out of the reach of Yamin, who is pinching in. Spinning to the ice, but able to dump it back in was Hafiz. Egypt tried to dangle out. Here comes Lebanon. That shot in and out of the gloves, and the rebound stopped as well by Rizkana. Egypt still having trouble getting out of the zone. Now it's Polisi dropping the shoulder to the net. She scores! Sophia Polisi with a heck of an individual effort has opened the scoring for Egypt. We mentioned her before. She had a great opportunity earlier that was stopped. But Sophia Polisi, at least early on, looks like one of the top players for this Egyptian squad. She has the first goal of the game. Egypt looking for more, and it's kicked out by Dowd. Now Lebanon on the counter. Salem trying to regain control, couldn't do it. Egypt works back in once again. Sent towards the cage, sticked away by Dowd. Daniel trying to skate into it. Egyptians hustling back hard. Salem keeps it in at the line, had it poked off her stick out of the zone. Marion Robick picked up the only assist on the goal by Polisi. It's the only one so far for Egypt. They lead Lebanon 1-0. DD pass. Here comes Polisi again. Weaving in, Polisi on the outside. Drops the shoulder again, tried to pull it to the backhand, couldn't do it. Polisi finds the puck once more. Tried to pass it off to Malik Rabak, and that one went awry. Polisi goes for the long feed. Brought in, but stolen, and Yamin looks to turn the other direction. Egypt finishing up a change, though, back in numbers. Here comes Yamin, able to dance through. Yamin around behind the net. Muscled off by Ciello. Pushed back to the line. Eunice able to fire it back down low. Hafiz behind the cage, looked out in front, couldn't find a teammate. O'Connell's lead pass missed its intended target, and it will go all the way down for an icing. With a tick under 4 to go in period number 1. Sophia Polisi, the only goal so far, the Brooklyn, New York native. We continue after the face-off in Egyptian territory. Kept it at the line, turnaround try, save by Rizkaba. She couldn't cover it though. Kayla Bashawati got it back deep. Saloom kept it moving up. And now skating into it, it's Ciello. She's knocked down to the ice as she tried to make a move. Up comes Lebanon the other way. Emma Name. It'll push her way through. Sent it down to the corner for Salem. Pulled out of the scrum, pass in front, didn't get all the way through. Name takes a look, had her shot blocked, and now Egypt with a 2-on-1. Olive gave it back, long range try, gloved and held off the stick of Marion Roebuck. Defense leads to offense, and a blocked shot gave Egypt a good opportunity on the 2-on-1 rush. Mahfouz sends it around this way. Daniel trying to work it out. Sent up, and now the Pharaohs look to push it back the other way. Howard got it out of the zone. Darwish and Malik Ramadan headed after it. Now Howard has to make a move at the blue line, waiting for her team to get onside. Howard able to poke it down towards the corner. Howard trying to fight through some stick checks. She's spun down to the ice. Egypt continues to have control. Blocker save made there. Rebound sits right out in front. It's in some skates. Dowd trying to find it to cover up. No whistle yet. Finally, we get it. As Dowd able to find it and clamp the glove on top. But Egypt continues to apply the pressure. They got the first goal. They have the backing of the crowd here. And now they have a lot of the momentum, trying to double their lead. Sent off the glass, Bearcat Redsill up for Lebanon. Trying to make a pass through. Chasing after it is Hafiz. Hafiz working the blue line. Gets down the middle. Hafiz didn't get much on that shot. A great job by her to get to a shooting position. Egypt takes over. Sarchiello working one-on-one, drops the shoulder, and she's ripped down to the ice. And that will be our first penalty of this game, holding the call against Eunice. So Egypt with the 1-0 lead to its first power play. Sarchiello with a great job ahead of steam, power move, dropping the shoulder, and forces Eunice to take the penalty. Sarchiello spent the last 4 years playing in the QCHL in Quebec for the St. Laurent Patriots. Egypt works on the power play. Howard. Polisi lets it go, deflected up out of play. Sarchiello got a touch on it. Off this face-off, it's clapped around by Trepanier. Kept alive by Howard at right point before it's forced out of the zone. Sent in by Emma Bashawati, shorthanded. Polisi back for it. Bashawati causing some trouble, and she takes the puck. Bashawati just trying to kill some time here. 52 seconds left in the opening period. If Egypt doesn't score, this power play will continue at the start of period 2. Sarchiello goes around behind the net. Bounced up to the top to Howard. Takes a look, winds, fires. That one partially blocked on the way through. And it's cleared out of the zone by Emma Bashawati. 23 seconds left to go in period 1. Egypt looking for one last chance. Polisi on her backhand. spins in the corner, gave it up, the shot stopped, the rebound, they score! Dawood Lapari following up her own rebound, able to put it home, a power play goal for Egypt to make it 2-0. And a great play again by Polisi to set up Dawood Lapari, who's able to follow her own shot. After 1 goal in 5 games in the Dream Nations last year, she has her first goal in game number 1 of this year's Dream Nations, as Lebanon's going to run out of time here. And period 1 ends with Egypt up 2-0. Shots on goal favoring the Egyptians 15-10. We will be right back with period number 2 between Egypt and Lebanon from the Dream Nations Cup. Getting set for the start of period number 2 between Egypt and Lebanon. The Egyptians with goals from Sophia Polisi and Rose Dawood Lapari in that opening frame, opening up the lead. We are back underway in the final game of day 1 here at the Dream Nations Cup. Lebanon looking for a response early here in period 2. Howard trying to work it out, kept in by Darwish. Howard now elects to skate it out, and she gets there successfully. Allie Howard moved it up to the top, kept in by Malik Rabak. Rabak back after it. Over in the near side corner, moves it up towards the point. D-to-D pass, Howard unloads and a glove save by Dowd. So Egypt looking to add to this 2-0 lead. Another offensive zone face-off here. Yamin able to move it up the near side. Lebanon works out. Polisi looking to put it right back up. This pass cut off. Here's Salem. Salem tried to push it back up high. Couldn't connect with her intended target. And Ciarciello moves the other direction. In front, looking to where Dawood Lapari was. Egypt back on the attack. Dawood Lapari turns the corner, able to take the shot, rose over top of the cage. Pass up to the point. Polisi lets it go, and a kick save by Dowd. Eunice heads back after it. Now Salem harassed by Dawood Lapari on the forecheck. She's able to launch it out, looking for Barakat Redso. A good play by Howard on the back check to block that pass away. Here is Lebanon. It's Salem having it stolen away by Howard. Howard in some trouble, turned it over. And Egypt able to recover and work back up. Malik Ramadan knocked down to the ice. Here comes Lebanon. Hafiz the shot. Locker save, rebound. Push just past the cage. Rizkana tested there. Comes back down low. Hafiz couldn't lift the stick. Bashawati poked it through. And a pad stopped by Rizkana. That was Kayla Bashawati, number 20. Hafiz now looking towards Bashawati. That pass wasn't clean on her tape, and Egypt able to clear the zone. Yamin takes it off the boards. Her rising shot hits the back glass. Anna Daniel looking back after it. Howard able to bounce it off the boards, but not out. Polisi, watched by Kayla Bashawati. Gave it away. Bashawati in front, looking towards Daniel. That one popped up in the air, still loose in the slot. Bashawati's shot, and a save made by Rizkana as she just got a piece. Egypt trying to escape the zone, can't do it. Kept in and sent all the way across by Vetrano. Comes back towards Vetrano. Couldn't get a good touch on it. Clapped around the boards, and a good play by Name there to keep it alive. Vetrano up top to Name. All kinds of pressure from Lebanon, but Name's pass was picked off by Alam. She sends it all the way down, but short of the icing line, and Egypt able to get an important change in the period of the long change, where the benches are further from each team's defensive zone. Kept in this time by Emma Bashawati. Or it's poked out of the zone, now fresh off the bench on a breakaway, Ciarciello. She scores! All kinds of pressure from Lebanon, and Egypt gets one chance and makes it 3-0. Mila Ciarciello coming off the bench, able to get the breakaway behind everybody. So we continue, and a 3-0 lead for the Egyptians. They dig away in the corner. Ciarciello trying to move it up and out. Eunice back for it. This one dumped in by Abrajian. Abrajian got to it ahead of Ciarciello. And now Yamin has help going to net. Yamin's outside try didn't find the target. Sent back towards the net, save made, and it's covered by the catching glove of Yasmin Rizkana. About 9.5 left to go in period 2, a 3-0 lead for Egypt in this game 1 of the women's round robin. First game for both of these two teams. Egypt able to work it out of the zone. Aberjan goes on the breaks behind the net. Over to the near side. Yunus able to push it through. And now Yamin cuts to the middle. Her shot off a stick. That was Howard that got in the shooting lane. Hafiz couldn't pull it towards the middle of the ice. Sent to the top, but cut off. The outlet feed finds Ramadan. Dropped it off. Alam's blast just missed wide. Lofted out of the zone. And here comes the captain Hafiz, 2-on-1 to Yamin, back to Hafiz. She juggles, and getting over to make the save was Rizkana. Diving stop that draws cheers from the Egyptian faithful. And it was such an amazing save that they actually put a goal up on the board for Lebanon here at the rink. An American dream. Get that scoreboard fixed as play continues. Long lead pass. Daniel entered the offensive zone, but offsides was Kayla Bashawati. We approach 8 minutes left to go in period 2, a 3-0 lead for Egypt. Bashawati had it taken off her stick by Polisi. Polisi works her way up, makes a nice move, gets a one-handed attempt off, and it's swept aside by the goal stick of Dowd. Trepanier off the boards. Comes all the way back down. Daniel bumped off by Polisi. Polisi back on it behind the net, just rims it up the far side. Darwish pinches in, tried to push it towards the cage. Kayla Bashawati's shot rose too high. Pardon me, that was Emma Bashawati with that long range attempt. Malik Rabak trying to push her way through, couldn't do it. And the other way comes Daniel. Now Egypt takes over. Howard, lead pass looking towards O'Connell, hustles after it along with Emma Bashawati. O'Connell bounced up top. Howard back down to O'Connell. She was tied up. Howard goes down deep. Ciarciello centering feed, and that one not in the wheelhouse for Dawood Lipari. Would have had a glorious chance right at the top of the crease. Here's Barakat Redsoul, her shot off the glove of Rizkana. Up comes Egypt. Ciarciello one-on-one with a beautiful move, and then fanned on the shot. She got around Yunus with a nice fake to the inside. Just didn't get anything on that attempt towards the net. Ciarciello back on it. Howard one-timer. And a save by Dowd getting down onto the ice. Sent down deep. Elisar Ghanem tied up with Barakat Redsoul. Now working up, Dawood Lipari. Left wing side, sent the pass across towards Malik Ramadan. Popped out in front, and Dawood Lipari was looking for it. Dowd able to sweep it over to the corner. Finally, Lebanon takes over in their own end. Polisi gets to the red line before she's stonewalled. Forced back and fanned on a pass. Lebanon takes over, but unable to get a good shot away was Jenna Salem. Now a 3-on-2 for Egypt if they hurry. Passes to Polisi, had to turn to receive it. And instead, here comes Lebanon on the counter. Yamin has some help, elects to shoot, and it's saved by Rizkana. Mahfouz in the corner. It's dug free, and the shot from a sharp angle is stopped by Rizkana. As Yamin elected to put it on net from right about the goal line. Shot from the outside by Kayla Bashawati, easily handled and held by Rizkana. 4:20 left to go in period 2, a 3-0 Egypt lead. Right now, shots being listed as 21-20 in favor of Egypt. Off this face-off, they try and toss it out. Lebanon able to keep it alive. Daniel behind the net. Tried to put it out in front. That was taken away by Rhonda Areba. Drive from the point, knuckles wide. Janena able to move it along. Lebanon has to regroup back in the neutral zone. Layla Trapigny made a pass up. Feed to Daniel was behind her. Daniel tried to push it out in front, couldn't do it. Nahum down low. Daniel. Now to his side scrum behind the Egyptian cage. And a hand pass which is legal in the defensive zone, executed by the Egyptians. And they're able to escape their own end, at least for the moment. Here comes Kayla Bashawati right back in. Lebanon with all kinds of pressure on Egypt these last few minutes, trying to get on the board. Egypt able to work it back up. That was Areba. She needs a change. Meanwhile, here comes Lebanon again. Loose puck. Darwish makes a move, lost the handle. And now an indirect pass that Dawood Lipari is heading after, along with Emma Bashawati. Up comes Lebanon trying to catch Egypt in the change. And a good job by Mila Chiariciello to break it up. Here comes O'Connell with a shot, and she missed it on the short side. Saloom kept it in at the line. Taken away, down in front, and Dawood Lipari couldn't get a touch on it. She was all alone right in front of Dowd. Barakat Redsill off the boards, over to the near side. Polisi pinched in, trying to keep it alive. Instead, zone cleared by Lebanon. Chiariciello with a nice move. Works in, her shot blocked by Darwish. O'Connell from the outside sent it towards the net. That's sticked away. Fresh off the bench with a head of steam was Alam. She got tripped up. Play continues. Dawood Lipari takes a look towards the net, and that one hit a body on the way through. 90 seconds left to go in period 2. Polisi couldn't keep it in. Here comes Emma Bashawati. She's all by herself, though, and surrounded. Lebanon needs a change. Here comes Egypt on the counter, a 3-on-1. Alam down low, pass and a save by Dow, and she's able to recollect the rebound and hang on. A dangerous looking chance for Egypt, and now the Egyptians making a goaltending change. Dana Ramadan coming in net for Egypt. And now we will get a whistle and a penalty coming up against Lebanon. So Egypt back to the power play for the second time, 1 for 1 on the advantage. And if they don't score here, then this power play will continue to begin the third. Interference was the call against Brittany Yamin, who sits in the Lebanon box. Here's Hafiz all by herself. Takes the shot, swallowed up by Rizkana. She hangs on for a whistle and a face-off. Around behind the net now is Hafiz still working short-handed. Finally, Egypt able to take control. Rabak. Marian Rabak works her way up. Gets the red line, gets the Lebanon blue line. Outside try, gloved and held by Dow. Clock still running. And now we finally get the whistle and we'll get the face-off. The goaltender has an opportunity to drop the puck and there are no attacking players in the area. Referees can elect to continue play even when the goaltender is holding it. As exactly what happened there is after the shot, all the Egyptian players turned towards the bench. And finally, one of them turned around and drew the whistle. Trepanier up the wall, kept alive. 15 seconds left to go in the period. Charciello with a shot. That one knocked down. Round behind the net with 9. Up top, Polisi needs a shot. It's blocked. Name on it. And that will do it for period number 2. Egypt gets another. Make it 3-0 heading into the third. Shots right now 26-21 in favor of the Egyptians. 15 more minutes left to go in this one. Will Lebanon get on the scoreboard? They will have to kill off the final 53 seconds of the penalty. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Dream Nations Cup continues next. Getting set for the start of period number 3, the final period of day 1 of the Dream Nations Cup. It's Egypt leading Lebanon in this women's round-robin matchup. Egypt still on the power play for another 45 seconds as Polisi able to escape. Polisi trying to dance her way in. Throws on the brakes. Works it up top. Malik Rabak across to Howard. Winds it up, kick save, rebound comes to Polisi, put it back on net. And it slipped just through the crease after Dowd made the save. 18 seconds left on the Egypt power play. Daniel, they will send it all the way down. That should take care of the rest of Yamin's penalty. This one moved up, Polisi on the right wing side. Dropped it off. Ciarciello fired it to the far side corner boards. Name and O'Connell tie up. Yamin fresh out of the box. Lost it. Name able to take it away. Here's Yamin. Tied up by Ciarciello. Moved up the boards. Sarah Trepanier up to Yamin, and she's able to chip it ahead. Kayla Bashawati heading after it. Howard able to take the puck away. Rimmed all the way out of the zone and back to Lebanon territory. Hafiz trying to fly up with it, pass it off to Yamin. And now back to the Egyptian end. Ciarciello. Nice little move, able to get by. Right back on it behind the net. Ciarciello pushed it towards the cage. Stick save, and the rebound pushed wide by Dawood Lapari. Ciarciello actually already had her hands up in celebration. Dawood Lapari just misfired, looking for her second of this game. Moved up and out. Kayla Bashawati dumped right in. Michelle Saloom on it. Able to work it up. Chased after by Ramadan. Alam trying to step around, couldn't do it. And now it's dumped right back into the Lebanon zone again. Couple bodies go flying there. Passes up to Barakat Redsill. She has some skating room. She doesn't have any help though. Able to get a shot away that's blocked by Howard. Barakat Redsill gets it down deep. Salem working behind the net, battling with Howard. Moves it up towards Alam on the near side. Bounce off the boards. Barakat Redsill back towards the cage. Turnaround try, that was blocked. Barakat Redsill has help right in front. Got it there, and the in-tight try is stopped by Dana Ramadan. Dana Ramadan replaced Yasmin Rizkana late in that second period. Seemed to be a planned thing for Egypt to play both netminders in this opening game. This one knocked down, and it's skated out by Rabak. She lost the handle, backed up though, and Yamin able to pick the pocket. A drive gloved and held by Dana Ramadan. Ramadan represented Egypt in last year's Dream Nations. Also represented Egypt at the U16 level in her career. And most recently played for the Princeton Tiger Lilies, 19U AA this past season. 17 years of age, now in the Egyptian net. O'Connell works in, but offside as Ciarciello crossed the line before the puck. 10:36 left to go in regulation. Lebanon has gotten some good opportunities with the combination of Rizkana and Ramadan have kept them off the scoreboard. Ciarciello trying to step by her defender. Puck is loose in the corner. She got tied up with Layla Trepanier. Ciarciello. Pass across. Polisi got it back up. Now with Lapari with some space. Her shot stopped in the rebound right there. And they score! Looks like Dawood Lapari will get her second of this game and make it a 4-0 lead for Egypt. And once again, Rose Dawood Lapari following up her own rebound. One goal in the entire Dream Nations tournament last year for her, and she has 2 in game 1 against Lebanon. Now 10 minutes left to go in this one. Lebanon needs a few goals quick. They're to at least get a tie. In the round robin games in the Dream Nations, there are ties. If the game ends knotted up, no overtime in the round robin stages. Of course, in the bracket part of the tournament, there will be overtime. Dowd able to regather that one in and hang on. Egypt making a change here. Dowd has made 27 saves so far in this game. A couple of juicy rebounds Egypt has been able to take advantage of for Dawud Lapari. As that one fired in off of Janena. So offsides called against Egypt. Lebanon's had its pushes, had its opportunities, but Egypt has certainly controlled a larger portion of the game and made good on its opportunities. Sent off the backboards and all the way around. Daniel tried to center. That didn't work. Darwish hustling in from the point. Saloom able to block her attempt. Now Saloom gets up into the offensive zone. Saloom stops up, makes a pass off, and unable to make a play on it was Yasmin Pearl. Ayla Bashawati played it over to the near side. Brachian into the offensive zone, and her shot just goes wide. Not sure if Ramadan got a piece of it or not. Puck stuck up behind the net. To a side scrum as they dig away. Polisi able to pull it out. Now she'll start up ice. Chips it off the boards to herself. Polisi down behind the net. Tried to lift Eunice's stick. That didn't work. Eunice off the boards. And here comes Salem. One-on-one against Howard. And Salem couldn't get a good shot away. She's back on the puck though. Salem and Howard tied up. Couple players come in to help out the scrum. Salem able to work out with that puck. Now she's surrounded. Egypt able to take over. Now Hafiz back on it for Lebanon. Shot by Barakat. Redso couldn't get through. And out comes Egypt with the puck. Lebanon back in. Hafiz on the left wing boards. Her shot, she scores! Anya Hafiz has broken the ice for Lebanon. They get their first goal of the tournament. Make it 4-1 with under 7 to play. Quick shot from the outside. Looked like it may have snuck glove side on Ramadan. 6:52 up on the clock. Maybe some belief over on the Lebanon bench. They streak right back in looking for more. Yamin trying to pull it out. Shot, she scores! What a shot by Yamin, roofing it from a sharp angle. All of a sudden it's a 2-goal game. 2 goals in 13 seconds for the Lebanese. And Yamin able to capitalize that time. A youth sports athlete at Toronto Metro University, Brittany Yamin, has made this one a contest. Polisi makes a move, gave it up. Yamin, pass down low, and they jam away, and it wouldn't go. Puck was loose in the crease. Couple of Lebanese players there trying to jam away, and it wouldn't go. Lebanon getting some energy from those goals. Egypt looking for a counter. Arciello on net, stop by Dowd, rebound available. And Dawood Lapari got a chance on it before the puck went up out of play. This one moved out of the Lebanon zone. As we get the goals and assists coming down here now. Megan Vetrano, an assist on both goals for Lebanon. Anya Hafiz, a goal and an assist. Yamin, the other goal. And Andrea Yunus, an assist as well. So we have an Egyptian player down over in the near side corner. Coaching staff coming out to check on, I can't see who it is. It's tough to see who players are from this angle. Looks like it might be Michaela Hanna for Egypt, number 93. She's being attended to. Game that looked well in hand for the Egyptians. All of a sudden, Lebanon able to pull it in tight. 4-2, still 5:46 left to go in the third, but the concern right now is for Hannah down on the ice. She is spaced down, talking with one of the coaches and 2 of her teammates. I didn't see what happened. Yeah, it's tough to see things on this near side boards from up on our angle. And a tough scene here towards the end of day 1 at the Dream Nations Cup. Both teams over by their respective benches. See them there on the screen. Hannah, the 16-year-old playing in this tournament, able to work her way back up to her knees, trying to get back to her skates. She still continues the conversation with coach and a couple of her teammates. And now Hannah will be helped up and skate back to the Egyptian bench. Actually, it looks like Hannah will go straight off to the locker room. As she's helped by Malik Rabak and Rose Dawood Lapari. They take her right off the ice. And hopefully she is all right. 5:46 still left to go in this hockey game. Lebanon bench trying to get some energy back in as their club is pulled within two, pardon me. A couple of quick goals. And you see the Egypt bench there. Certainly worried for their teammate, but have to focus on closing this one out. What was a 4-0 lead has now turned to 4-2. So Malik Rabak lines up for the faceoff against Caleb Bashawati. And we get back underway. Bashawati hands it off for Name. Indirect feed off the boards to Daniel. Daniel towards the net, gloved and held by Ramadan. Lebanon with an offensive zone faceoff. And they get the big guns out there. Yamin, Hafiz, and Vitrano. Off this face-off, Hafiz able to steal the puck. She's knocked down to the ice, and up comes Egypt. O'Connell looking for a step on Name. O'Connell's shot stopped by the pad of the standing Dowd. Ciara Cielo spins, cycles it down to Rabak. Yamin couldn't poke it ahead. Name trying to skate up with it. Yamin dumps it down deep. Howard and Name after it. Howard able to swipe it along the boards. Comes all the way through towards the Lebanon end. Now Hafiz works back in. Her shot kicked out. Hafiz again. Pass across. Couldn't be brought in cleanly by Salem. There is Salem curling back. Tried to make a pass off an Egyptian skate. Polisi able to chip it by one Lebanese player. Now it's brought right back in. Yamin couldn't catch back up to it. Polisi flags it down in her own end. Washed by Salem. Polisi lead pass out. Lebanon able to take it away. Sent towards the net. Knocked back by Howard. Allie Howard's been everywhere defensively tonight. Spent 4 years at Manhattanville College, NCAA Division III from 2016 to 2020. And she is a big part of this defensive core for Egypt, and she dumps it in, heads off for a change. Three and a half left to go in this hockey game. Ciara taken in along the boards by Salem. Now a two-a-side scrum over that puck. Finally, referee has decided that puck isn't moving. He'll blow it dead, and we'll get a whistle and another face-off. Dawud Lapari just headed back to the Egypt bench after escorting her injured teammate Hannah off the ice just a couple minutes ago. Here's Saloom getting it down deep. Abrajian, reverse around to the near side. Yamin able to get to it. Sent it up to the Egypt blue line. Chasing after it is Vitrano. Vitrano couldn't put it out in front. Yamin, a shot knocked down. Hafiz battling for the rebound. Hafiz back on it. Sent it out in front. They score! Yamin got a piece, and it caromed in. It's a one-goal game with 2:36 to go. Yamin has her second. How about Lebanon making a comeback here in the third? Still plenty of time to get one more goal, 2.5 left. We will keep an eye on Dowd. See if Lebanon decides to pull her for an extra attacker. Can't do it now as Polisi steps around Eunice. Polisi couldn't center. Right back on that puck. Had it taken away by Yamin. Egypt able to send it right back down deep. Approach 2 minutes to go. Eunice tied up. That puck locked up in some skates. Egypt happy to just waste some time. Abradjian couldn't skate it out. Lebanon able to work it out. Here comes Daniel. Daniel from the outside, her shot blocked. Egypt looking to take over. Dowd out at the top of her crease, waiting for the signal from the bench. 90 seconds left to go. Battled for on the near side half wall. Egypt continues to waste time. Dowd still in her net. She has not been pulled quite yet. Howard just fires this one. Only as far as the line, not out. Good keep, and now Dowd heads to the bench. Extra attacker out for Lebanon in the final minute. Trying to tie this game. It's taken by Marion Rabuk. Taken back by Lebanon. Here's the shot. Vetrano save. Rebound. Stopped by Ramadan. Scramble. And Ramadan on top of it for the whistle with 41.2 on the official clock here at the rink at American Dream. Lebanon calling timeout here to draw up a play. Oh, Egypt controlled the first 40 minutes. Lebanon got its opportunities. Was kept off the board. But now, they got 3 here in the third. 1 from Anya Hafiz, 2 from Brittany Yamin, as that top line has done the damage. And they've actually given that last goal to Hafiz. So it's 2 for Hafiz and an assist. Eunice with now 2 helpers. And Ayaselim with the other helper. Lebanon breaks the huddle. They have Layla Trepanier, Vetrano, Yamin, Hafiz, Kayla Bashawati, and Name. Out there, the 6 attackers with the net empty. Trying to tie this game. Off the draw comes to Yamin. Able to poke it around down deep. Hafiz behind the net. Takes a look out in front, sent it there, and it's tipped through. Name down to Yamin up top. Pass down low towards Bashawati, that didn't work. Egypt trying to force it out, and it's lofted over the glass, out of play. And are we getting a penalty here for delay of game? I think Lebanon might be asking for it, or maybe they're talking about the clock may have gone down a couple of extra seconds. No penalty coming, as it must have been deflected. Again, tough to see from this angle things that go on the near side of the rink. They have reset the clock to 18.6 seconds. .6 is what Lebanon has to work with. Egypt trying to escape in what was a 4-0 game at one point. Lebanon wins the face-off. It's chipped to the line, not out. Name able to keep it in. Hafiz with a shot. She scores! Hat trick Tying goal with 9.3 from Anya Hafiz. What a third period from Lebanon. It's all square with 9.3 to go. Off the draw, Lebanon looking for one more chance, but Treno pushed it towards the net. That was blocked away, and that will do it. A hard-fought tie for Lebanon, and Egypt sees an opportunity missed. As again, the round-robin games can end in ties. What a game! Lebanon comes all the way back from a 4-0 deficit in the third to earn the draw here on day one and earn a point. Each team picks up a singular point in the standings in the women's division. These two teams will be third and fourth in the women's division when we get to day two coming up tomorrow. Boy, did this night end on a high note. I think the two best games of the day were our last two, and this one was probably the best one yet. What a gutsy performance by Lebanon in that third period to come back and earn a singular point. That is going to do it for day number one here at the Dream Nations. It has been a dream so far, and we hope you'll take the journey with us again tomorrow as we have another full slate of games for you, 8 more just like today, and we will kick off tomorrow with Men's Division 2, followed by the Women's Division, and then Men's Division 1 wraps up day number 2 here at the Dream Nations. We'll have it all for you at DreamNationsCup.com/live, the Dream Nations Cup YouTube channel. But for now, for my entire crew, the broadcasters, the cameramen, and everyone else who was working hard behind the scenes today to make this all happen, we'll see you back here tomorrow. I'm Will Wiggleman. Have a great rest of your night.